Hey, new review today. Really excited to share with you guys this. We've got Fans Toys FT-40A Hannibal. Yay! Picked this guy up from the Chosen Prime. And this is Fans Toys' latest figure, and it's their version of Cerebros, or aka the head of Fortress Maximus, as he was known in Japan. Just Fortress. They just shorten the name a little bit because it's the same dude. It's not a... yeah, it's not a separate entity. But, yeah, really excited about this awesome box art here. You know, Fans Toys have got some good boxes. But, yeah, there's some stuff on the back. A little description, which is cool. They do call the giant Fortress Maximus mode Forticus Titanicus, which is funny. And they do call Spike Thorn an Earthling, which is cool. So it's kind of a mix of both continuities there. This is definitely how he attached to the main body in the Headmasters anime. And that's him putting the key into the space station in order to transform it into Fortress Maximus. So really, really cool. Really excited about this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just crack it open and take a look. Okay, so here we have Hannibal in his robot mode. And we're just going to start here. This is how he comes packaged. So this is how you're going to get him in the box. And yeah, and I think the head mode, I don't know. It's the head for a giant robot. So I don't know. It's arguable what's the what's the alt mode here. But yeah, very, very cool looking. Very sleek. He's, you know, lacking in color, obviously, because the character model was, you know, lacking as well. So he's real grayscale. Is cool, with the exception of the blue eyes, and those are really nice. The head is really nicely done. Nice expression and all that. And yeah, he looks really quite good. There he is in the back. A couple screw holes, but nothing too egregious. I still have my QC sticker on it, obviously. So yeah, really cool. But before we get too far into him, I'll just tell you what you get in the box. You do get a set of instructions and your card. So it's got that same bio there. Tech specs, you know, nice, shiny. Yeah, pretty cool. So you get that. The instructions are, you know, relatively thin, not too bad. Pretty easy to read. Not that he's too complicated. He turns into a head. All your accessories here. So the one thing I am missing from the box is this, and it's just the hand to put the sword in to this, you know, machine to get it, the whole transformation process started in the anime. So yeah, but not a big deal. He does have articulated hands, so you could kind of do a pose like this. It doesn't have that angle, so you know, I should be getting that shortly as well, though. So yeah, pretty simple, pretty easy to read, really nice. So he also does come with a couple of additional accessories. He does, I've got everything in a little baggie here. He does come with several faces, horns, and all that. And we'll look at that shortly. But as far as other accessories, he does come with his gun, so his weaponry. Really nice looking G1 gun, and that'll fit in his palm, you know, just like all the other masterpieces and Fans Toys with that tab system. So he can just stick that in there, and he can hold it really well. So yeah. Oh, you also do get the sword, or as they're calling it, Goliath key, which is just like the tip of the blade of his giant, enormous sword S4 Max. So yeah, and I'm not sure if this is actually going to be integrated into that sword or not. It'll be interesting to see, but it does have a tab, so he can hold it as well. It's hard when you're not looking. And yeah, he can totally do that. So yeah, pretty cool looking. I really dig that look. So I'm just gonna do a couple of comparisons here just to show how he looks there. With here he is with Chomp. So next to another Fans Toys Headmaster, and they're about the same size. I think that, I'm not sure if it's the angle here, but yeah, Hannibal's just a little bit taller than Chomp. So yeah, not too bad. And the only other Cerebros I currently have is this little guy, and that's this is Unique Toys. So yeah, you can see kind of same character, same deal. So yep, turns into a head. So yeah, really cool. And I'll just to address kind of, I don't want to even call it the elephant in the room, but I did see this video online before the toy came out, or before I got it in hand, I should say. And it was, I saw it on Instagram. It was somebody rotating the arm, and then the head popped off. I don't have any kind of issue with that. I will say the head is sort of sensitive, and it is spring loaded, so and that's because of a feature, so you could, with not a ton of force, get it to pop out. So in the instructions it does show you kind of pulling it forward to get it out. I think that's just to prevent that from happening, but it doesn't lock in super well, so it's not loose, but you know, there is that danger if you're messing with it too much, it could happen. But it is fairly sturdy in there. You can't really pick them up from the head, but you know, it takes a bit of force. It's not that bad, but because of the spring, it does just want to pop out. So, you know, I don't know. Your mileage may vary with that. Who knows? So, yeah. But as far as the head gimmick, there is a gimmick here with that. Now, they also released a video that shows you just removing the whole chest panel and bringing it down. And you can see in there he's got, you know, speed, strength, intelligence, and the same colors as the G1, which is really cool with the little scale on the side. So, and he has the same tumbler system, which is why he's got that spring in there. But in reality, what you want to do, to be more accurate, is open this panel up. And we'll just, it's easier to open from the inside. We'll just put that down, and I'll show you. As you put the head in, the tumblers come up. So really cool that they incorporated that, and it's in there. So I know Fans Hobby has done it, but it is just the spring on the door. So this is actually the head itself, and he's got some little tabs there. I don't know if they designate anything. They don't. It doesn't look like, just kind of two grasp on there, but so no matter what head you put in there, he's gonna read the same thing. But it is cool. It's a cool feature. So as far as articulation, he does have a rotation on the head, just because of his head shape and the legs and stuff. He can only kind of turn it that much. But as you saw earlier with the arms, all that, got a rotation pretty stiff right there. He's got a really good elbow. So, and then hands are on a ball joint right there. Every digit is articulated. You know, there's two hinges, thumb, ball joint, and then hinge, and then it can, you know, go in. So that's nice. He does have a waist that will, I mean, it's not a ton because he's got this little piece in the way, but it's something. And then these little panels will move out of the way just a bit. They are hinged, but because they're squared off, They won't go up, but they will go down. So that's as far as you'll get the leg out, but you can get it up pretty far, and then just back that far. And then he's got a knee, you know, nice detailing in there too. And then the toes got a little bit of a pivot. Now, he does come with these outside of the box, not tabbed in. If you move the leg too much, they could come untabbed, and they are die cast. So just be aware of that. But, you know, with regular play, if you're not moving it unnaturally, it shouldn't be an issue. So, yeah. So, as far as what else he has inside the box, you do get this, which is really cool. Really cool. Little base here, made out of that like amber looking plastic, and you can lift this up and lift this like this, and you could put the sword right there. So for him to, you know, put the sword in and whatnot. Now, because he's got the hands that are the fingers that are articulated, you know, you can make it look like he's about to grab it, but not actually hold it like that. So, yeah, really cool. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, but let's just go ahead and get down to the actual transformation and see if we can do this successfully in frame. And it's a little tough because he's so just monotone, gray and white. My lighting's all super goofy. So remove the head, of course. So we'll go ahead and take a look at Thorn in a bit. And let's just start with the hands. So get the thumb rotated in. And just close up all the fingers. Get this panel opened up. Now, much like Chomp, I learned my lesson here, and I grabbed this. I use this for clay, but this might come into play here in a bit. But yeah, just turn his hand around and then fold it into that hole and close that all up. And really, really simple. Get that arm out of the way. So, same deal over here. Yeah. Okay, so got these things out of the way. So you want to rotate the leg like this. He's got an extra hinge right there. Of course, this come loose, but that's okay because we'll be doing that in a minute. But you want to kind of have them like this, doing the reverse splits. I guess, I don't even know what you call that. But yeah, and then get this up. So you can break the leg open. And it's really crazy because this doesn't even look like it would open, but open that up there. And you want to put this, and then this is all die cast, and then this as well. This joint specifically on this foot, it is so stiff. Getting this back out is next to impossible without a tool. So because it is very stiff in there. You can, I think, with that screw, maybe loosen it, but you'd have to unscrew this. It's the whole thing. So you don't even necessarily need this part because he does have a heel anyway back here. So, but it is part of the transformation. So you want to push this down, bring this up, bring that down, and then you want to fold this like that, right? And let's see here, you want to turn this around, and it does, just want to make sure you don't collide with too many things on the way up. get that like that. Get this turned around and it will click into place there. And fold the foot in. And this whole thing will close back up on itself. And you want to get everything just mushed in there like that. So, same deal over here. Oh. Doing all the steps out of order. It is what it is. That on the slider, like that. Get that folded in. That whole thing folded in like that. And you kind of got that going. So yeah, you got that. And then you want to, this was scary the first time, get this unsnap there. And as far as these go, you want to fold that down, bring this down like that, and then these are on a slider as well. You can push that in right there. So, and then this side was tough last time. For some reason, it's the joints on this side of the figure that are extra tight. There we go. Ooh, put that folded in. Just like that. All right, and then rotate. Open up the panel again. Take out the arms. They'll just, tab in there. And then you want to bring them around. They'll tab into each other. Just like that. So yeah. And he doesn't have a communication room mode specifically, but I'm sure if you got fancy, you could do something with this to turn them into like that computer room or communication room, the alternate mode that he had in his Fortress mode. So, yeah. But, yeah. For now, just do that. And then we will, let's see here, we'll bring this up. Ooh, and then bring this part down. So this part has to come down. Like that. And then you want to just get all this connected in. Maybe you want to do that first, actually. Okay, sorry about the cut there. I didn't want to scrape up the paint. I want to make sure I was doing it right. So you do, like I was saying, want to push this in here. And you just want to make sure you have enough, the angle that it's going in, clearance for this crotch to go behind his head. And you should. So, and it'll just all fall into place right there like that. This panel, little tabs will go into the slots on his arm. So you want to bring that up. And they'll tab them. They're a little stiff to get out, so you don't have to push them in any further than that. I mean, it looks like that's as far as they'll go anyway. Without bumping into stuff. And then just bring these down, and they'll tab in right there. And there's little pegs and peg holes. So, yeah. So then just squeeze that in. There he is. Hannibal in head mode. So, head on. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, I mean, look, it looks good. It's a really nice face. Really cartoony looking head and helmet, crest, that kind of thing. So it's very, very cool. You know, and I mean, he's a head. What do you expect? He's not gonna, I mean, there's a little gappage in the back, but I mean, it's the back of his head. What, who cares? And a crotch at the top, but you know, overall, it's really cool. And I might have hit this by accident before, but you do have a battery for light up eyes, and you just press his chin in order to activate that. So this is just some clear plastic on top of some silver detailing there. So yeah, but really nice. I like that even though he has that glowing eye feature, the eyes are still really well painted. So that's very cool. Now what we could do is we can bring this back and just lift that part up and just stick him on there. He doesn't really have a anything to hold him in place. You can kind of put this in between the hands to kind of hold him there. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but you can do that. Now, as far as his little head, we could take a look at him now. And in order to transform him, he's got the exact same transformation as every other headmaster ever. But he is super duper stiff. Okay. So just, well, pegs those having shoulders. You just bring those down, and these ball joints on the hips are real stiff, which is nice because usually those ball joints on the hips are the worst. So, and then his arms tap into the back of his head, and there he is. I mean, that's him. Look at that teeny tiny face. Wow, so cool. Very good looking. And yeah, those abs. Of course, he is an earthling after all. So earthling Thorn, some nice details, some fists and whatnot. It looks really good. So he does have a ball joint up there. Like I said, it's pretty stiff. The knees that bend both ways. He's got a ball jointed foot, so also pretty stiff. But you know, you can move that around if you will. Ball joint up there, and then bend at the elbow. Now, he does have the face on the back, but interestingly, and this is not covered in the instructions, surprisingly, this panel is on a hinge, and it will come off, so you can trade the faces. But this piece back here, his face, will actually rotate. And there's no function for that except for hiding the face. And that's cool. You can actually just do that and hide the face, and there's a little guy, no face in the back. So that is really cool. But that's what he looks like, you know, with the giant head. So yeah, very, very cool. All right, will you stand? Will you stand? Will you stand up, man? Okay, well, he's got those really stiff ankles. But it's just my table's not super flat either. But he will stand. But yeah, looks pretty good. And now as far as this little baggie that was off to the side here with all of the goodies, what you get ultimately is some of these. And I'm not really going to install any of this stuff because I prefer this look. But if you want him to have more of a toy accurate look, you can install these. And then these are just mushroom pegged in. And so once you got the leg opened, you can just take this off and then, you know, snap that on there instead. And then you've got these little side vents as well that are more like the actual original toy. And those will just, you could just pull them right off. I don't want to do that. I think something's going to get in the way. But once the leg is open, you can just pull them right off. And some slots there, some tabs. Stick that right on there. So, but I will go over one of the extra accessories, and that's this face. I haven't actually opened up, but it's the bottom part of his face, I should say. He's got a smaller chin. His mouth is open wider. So you just want to get under here and lift this up. There's that. And that's where the battery goes. You just stick a CR1220 in there. And then the little buttons right here. So we can just swap this face for that face. Very, very cool. And for that, so let's see here, for that, what you can do is we can transform the sword or the key. So just do this, bring these down like this, and then put that in there. And then this will fit right in here. And there, just like the anime, he can plunge the sword into his neck hole and become the Super Robot Fortress Maximus, or Forticus Titanicus, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, that's really cool. Now, as far as this guy's face, you do get an extra one of those. Sorry I didn't show it off in robot mode. But it's the same type of expression there. So, and you just install that the same way as I showed. Just stick it in there. That's what that looks like. So, very cool. Yeah. So, very, very cool. And one other additional thing I discovered, which is really cool. Also, I didn't see it in the instructions. But as far as this guy, you can't have him on the bottom of his head and then stick him in here. There's not enough space in this little recess, and I don't know why that recess is there if he's not going to fit in there, but it is. It is what it is. So but you can keep him off to the side. Let's get him transformed back into just a head brick. I don't think you can put him in here. I haven't tried just sticking them in sideways. There we go. Yeah, his head. No, he's not going to fit there, is he? Well, maybe. Yeah, if you put him in this way. This way, you can see there's just... when it attached, I don't think there's enough. Oh, you gotta attach them backwards. There's just not enough. He's like, I mean, it's not too bad, but you know, it's still gonna, feels like it's lifted up just a tad bit too much. I mean, I guess you could do it, but really, in order to put away the other accessories, there's little spots for the gun and the sword and the gun. So, which is really neat, man. So cool. I love that you can just keep all of his accessories, you know, minus extra face and stuff, in just this mode. So, yeah. Really, really cool. And the body apparently is being made. We will see. It's supposed to be like 40-something inches tall. So, I don't know where that's going to go in my house, but that's awesome. I can't wait for it. I'm really excited. This is a super cool toy. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Oh. Apparently his alternate face won't, the button won't stay clicked. Oh, there it is. But let me know what you guys think of the toy and what you think of the review, and I will see you guys in the next one.